I would like to share with you TapScript Tammy, which is part of EFT Tapping into Health. So if you have access to EFT Tapping into Health, when you log in to the portal, either on the desktop, and this is via the desktop, you can also access it on your phone and have it set up like an app. So you click the button on your home screen of your phone and it can open up straight into the course. Down in the bottom here on your phone or of your desktop is Tammy. So it's a picture of me tapping down here. You click that button and TapScript Tammy opens up. Now, she can guide you into creating a tapping script. So you can press that button, I'd like to create a tapping script, and she will ask you a number of guided questions and you can follow her. If you have a question about EFT tapping, you can ask her directly, and then she can really guide you through how to tap if you haven't tapped before, via a step-by-step process. So you can, as I said, click the button and she will ask you questions. But for some of you, you may be feeling a particular way and you want a tapping script. So I'm going to say tapping script, 5 rounds. I'm feeling, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm feeling anxious, tight in my belly. I'm reacting to my pillowcase and I don't know when this is going to end. So an example of how I'm feeling in the body, what's happening in my world. So I'm reacting to a pillowcase and then also some thoughts around it. I don't know when it's going to end. So you could put as much information or even as little information as you like. The more information you put in here, the better quality tapping script you are going to receive. And also, more likely you're going to kind of hit the mark with your tapping and get to the root to be able to process and move through that. The more general the tapping script is, so if you just said, I'm anxious, the less likely potentially that anxiety will shift. The more specific you are about what you're feeling, where you're feeling it, what the scenario is, the more likely you will have a bigger shift with what is going on because you are really acknowledging the truth of what's happening to you in detail rather than something that is quite general. So you can type that in here or you can click the little button on the side here to talk into Tammy and you can say, you can repeat exactly what's happening here as opposed to having to type it if that is easier for you. If you have a big file, you can also load that file up here as an attachment. So I've typed that in. I'm going to press the button on the side here. Wait a few moments. Tammy is going to think of a tapping script for you and she's going to present it to you. Ultimately, the tapping script will have 3 setup statements that you can use to tap on the side of the hand. She's also then going to provide you with several rounds of tapping. So she often guides you to starting off with the truth of how you are feeling in the first round and moving very gradually to more, this one here is at the end, round 5 is gentle groundedness. So it kind of moves you through a little bit of a journey of, exactly what's happening. She's acknowledging in the body in this instance, the specific reaction is focused, the sense of uncertainty, and then a gentle grounding round, or it could be more nurturing or supportive in there. She sometimes suggests taking some breaths. She also suggests at the end how to reflect on the tapping script that you have just been through. So as an example here, she says that she's a guide and not suitable for professional, medical or psychological advice. And she then guides you through a tapping script. So the tapping script for anxiousness, belly tightness and uncertainty. So we've got round 1 on the side of the hand, round 2 on the side of the hand, round 3 on the side of the hand. Now with Tammy, as you go, if there is some wording that you don't like, so she says here, even though I have this tightness right here in my belly, I accept this feeling and I choose to be gentle with myself. Now, if you don't like that phrase, I accept this I accept this feeling and I choose to be gentle with myself, you may change the words within your mind, or you might say, can you create another one? Don't use the word gentle. Use the word compassionate or curious or nurturing. So I choose to be nurturing with myself. The other thing is that you could change the words yourself, just as you're doing the tapping. So maybe you don't tell Tammy that you want it changed, but you just change it yourself. So you're doing the tapping and you're like, and I choose to be gentle. I choose to be compassionate with myself. So you can change it on the fly as you are doing your tapping. I do suggest having 5 rounds, 6 rounds, 7 rounds, 10 rounds, several rounds of tapping because she does guide you on a little bit of a journey. And so she does start on tapping on the top of the head with the statements. If you come across a statement like this one here, tapping on the chin, and all this anxiousness feels really present, and you're like, oh yeah, I feel like I've hit the nail on the head. This feels really present for me, really true for me. Then potentially what you could do is you could pause this round of tapping and continue to tap either the remainder of the round or doing this round and another round just on that phrase. So I could go to the collarbone and say all this anxiousness. I could tap under the arm, all this anxiousness. Top of the head, all this anxiousness. Eye, all this anxiousness. Outside the eye, all this anxiousness. Under the eye, all this anxiousness. Under the nose, all this anxiousness. And then back to the chin, all this anxiousness. Because sometimes when there is a phrase that really hits hard for us or really feels present in true, it might need a little bit of extra support and guidance. And so it's an invitation to focus on that and add some more tapping to that. So then you can progress, maybe then back to the collarbone, just noticing this feeling, and under the arm, this feeling of anxiousness. So another way that you can use the tapping scripts and the phrases within that if they land for you. Another thing is, if you're doing this round of tapping and the level of distress hasn't really changed too much, you can always redo the whole round, and you can do the round several times. I often do that for myself. I will do a round several times, and then I think, yeah, okay, it feels like it's getting softer and softer and softer as we go, and then I feel more comfortable, like I'm ready to progress to the next round. So that may be something that you do. It may be you stay on one round for several times, or you may select a particular phrase to repeat for a round or so. So that is Tammy. The more information you give her, the better. I didn't put my rating in here of my SUDS rating, my subjective units of distress. You can also do that as well. She will guide you at the end here. You've completed all 5 rounds. Would you mind sharing how intense the feeling is now? And I'll say from a 8 out of 10 to a 5 out of 10. Please create a new round on anxiousness, and I feel it in my chest now. Less anxious, but still present. And now I'm feeling sadness about this reaction. So we'll wait for Tammy. And as she creates this, a little reminder that this is great to use on the fly as you are having experience in the moment or following an experience and you're like, I don't know what words to use. You can always access something like tap and breathe, but you can also come to Tammy and she's going to help you create something that is really specific to what you're going through, and she's very, very supportive. So there we go. Even though I still have this anxious feeling and it's a 5 out of 10, I accept this remaining feeling and I am here for it. And then she has some more rounds of the remaining anxiousness, the chest sensation, the sadness that's arisen, allowing all the mixed feelings and creating some safety and some self-trust. So she's very, very easy to use. You don't have to put a lot of information in there, and it can be really great for consolidating your tapping process and practice and having something that is really specific to what you're going through without you having to think, what words do I say and how do I say it and am I doing the right thing and am I hitting the mark correctly? So as I said, this is part of EFT Tapping into Health. If you don't already have access to it, then this is the link here, learn.lisagumniuk.com/EFT tapping. And if you don't already have access to EFT Tapping into Health, you are welcome to explore all that by coming to my website, lisagumniuk.com, clicking on courses and offers, and then we have EFT Tapping into Health, and that will take you to the landing page for EFT Tapping into Health. You can explore what's included in EFT Tapping into Health. Tammy is definitely a component of EFT Tapping into Health. There are some really beautiful stories in there. It includes 2 group tapping circles and coaching sessions per month onto my portal with lots of information about EFT tapping. There's a foundational series of learning more about tapping. All of the tapping circles every month are included with the replays, so you get to watch those and tap along, because we have something called borrowed benefits that happens when we follow along either on a recording, we watch someone else, because we have mirror neurons that picks up information. So whether you can make the lives or not, or watch the replays, it is always beneficial because we have this borrowed benefits results. You've got TapScript Tammy Creator. There are some bonus guest interviews, and there's also a progress tracker. And there is a beautiful community with lots of results and glimmers that are shared, questions about EFT, and support in there as well. So lots of information for you to explore in EFT Tapping into Health and to access Tammy. So I just wanted to come back to Tammy for just a moment to also share with you what you can do is you can copy this information and paste it into, if you're doing it on your phone, the note section on your phone, you can paste it into an email, you can paste it into a Word document and access it later on if you need to. So we just click this little button down here that is going to copy all of that information. It's got the little tick there, and you can literally paste it. I'll just do as a sample and paste it right into there. And then you have that document to use for yourself going forward. So enjoy TapScript Tammy. She's an incredible resource to help you to support rewiring your thoughts and emotions on the fly as you're experiencing some emotional challenges, dysregulation, or even symptoms. Very easy to use. Enjoy.